Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1940 Remington Remette vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. The margins are located behind the carriage, and you just move them like this. You just pinch one side, push one side. I'm going to put this kind of close to the end, and this is your left margin. Put this on 0. There's a scale up right here, so it'll tell you exactly what space you're on. And this was a budget typewriter for this era. It's still very reliable and very well-made typewriter. It just has some functions that are not included, like the bell. There's no bell. There's no color selector switch and a few other functions, but this is unique because it has the accents. So I'll show you those real quick. I'll show you all the keys. So when you get to the accent mark, it actually does a character behind it. So you have to do, I'm not an accent typer, I don't know how to really use them, but I'm just gonna, to fit them all on its own spot, I'm gonna do a space after the P and then do this one, do another space, do this one, and then go here. And the same concept with this next accent mark. And once you get to the end of the margin, you hit this line space towards the front like that, and you push it at the same time, and it skips 1 or 2 spaces and gets you back to the beginning. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just pull out this little knob here and then flip it to the back like that, and it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. And there's your last accent mark. So I'll show you all the characters in lowercase. Very nice, well-typing machine. Remington made some of the best typewriters. Even though this was kind of a budget typewriter, the only difference between this and the regular portable was just the bell function and the touch control and ribbon color selector, and maybe 1 or 2 other things that you don't really need. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it back and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy, or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top right, that works good. And we're almost done here. There's not that many functions on this. On each side, there's a rod that you could push in. If you push it in, the ribbon will pull to the side that it's pushed towards. Right now it's pulling to the right, and if you, on the other side, if you push that in, it'll pull to this side. And it does have an automatic ribbon reverse, so the side that's got the least amount of ribbon it'll pull to. And to lock the carriage in the middle, there's an, just like a lot of Remington portables have, you push in the knob here and move the carriage to the middle. Actually, this one does not lock. So that's another function that was left out with the Remette. It doesn't lock, but it does allow you to push this knob, this right knob in, so it fits in the case nice and snug. And this is your margin release. You get to the end of the margin. You just lift that up if you want to keep typing past it. And there's this lever behind, there's 3 levers. This is your line space, this is your carriage release, and this is the line disable. So if you push that down and you turn the knob, it'll disable the spacing when you turn the platen, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. When you lift it up, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is 1 space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.